Um, let's see. Pyramid thing.
Okay, welcome everybody to our
Excuse me.
every other week Saturday gaming night Dark Tower campaign. We've actually decided
it's
to name the show, and so this is the inaugural episode of Wizards and Class. So yeah, welcome everybody. We are continuing on with our Dark Tower campaign. As always, I do not have any rights to Stephen King's work. I just use it to create this fun story. Mix of homebrew rules and 5e rules. You don't like it? Well, tough shit. So last we left off, the group had gotten to another door and saw a half-elf woman running away from a man wearing all white with a gold pyramid with an eye in it. Y'all jumped through the door to save her, and it come to find out that was Luna's mother, Ilari. You helped the family escape from the city they were in to try and escape from Savorlo's clutches, as well as trying to escape from the Illuminati itself. But it seems that no matter how far you traveled, the Illuminati has resources everywhere. And Luna's parents were captured, at which point Luna knew it was time to leave. And so the door opened up, y'all came back onto the beach. And then you came across another strange door that was made out of a melange of materials and woods. And upon opening it, you saw a couple different interesting scenes. You saw a group of people fighting against these two giant green lobster creatures in a cave in a lake. When all of the creature or characters died, you saw another group of adventurers that were fighting in a cemetery. And when one of the party members died, the scene changed yet again to a hot, humid jungle, at which point you saw your last missing companion, Rancent. And he pretty much got attacked by this weird panther-like creature with snakes growing out of its neck and shoulders. After a battle, Rancent was in dire straits. I think a couple of y'all tried to heal him, but were told by your deities that this was just not the time or place. You pulled Rancent through the door, at which point he had a vision of an infinite series of lives that are all being lived at the same time, and kind of shattering his brain a little bit. And that is pretty much where we left off. Luna, when you came through the door, your door, you did remember everybody. And I think Eth filled you in on everything that had happened up until that point. So you guys just jump back through Rancent's door, and at the moment he is just kind of laid down, passed out on the beach. What are you doing?
Well, we need to get Rancent back alive, feeling better. Is this a long rest type thing, or is this we need to do something else?
Give me a medicine check.
5.
You try and go and inspect him, and in all of your training, medicine was just not your forte. The rest of you see Zoros holding up one of Rancent's feet and just trying to feel around, and he's starting to freak out, I can't find a pulse. I can't find a pulse.
Maybe somebody who knows what they're doing could check him out.
I had a good idea. The execution was terrible.
I don't have medicine.
Zara, aren't you one?
Yeah, I am trained.
Okay, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
13.
So you go and you hold up his wrist, and you find a pulse. It is a strong pulse. Doesn't feel like he's anywhere near dead. But you see him kind of tossing around a little bit with his eyes closed and kind of mumbling some things. To you, it just looks like he's sleeping and maybe not having the best of dreams.
Cool. I will pass that information along to the group.
Maybe we need to figure out how to wake him up.
Or let him
Whack 'em.
sleep it off, and we'll all take a long rest, get our stuff back, and then see how he is in the morning.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Okay. You guys are easily able to find some shelter to be able to camp for a long rest. You guys take a long rest. When morning comes, everyone wakes up, except for Rancent. He's still tossing and turning.
Any ideas, Doc?
Man, they always
Poke
want
him
to
in the
talk to you
bottom of
right
the foot with a sword.
eat a cracker, don't they?
I don't think okay, does he know? Does
He
know?
does.
Finish
He
the
does.
cracker. Finish the cracker.
All right,
Hold
so I
on.
nudge him and shake him. Does he wake up?
He does not respond.
We have some water to pour on him.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
put a
on a
little-
beach.
Throw him into the
Yeah,
ocean.
but there's scary stuff down by the beach, isn't there?
I wouldn't necessarily say throw him into the ocean.
Wave some beans under his nose.
I know. Let's dip his hand in hot water.
It would not be the first time Ransom has peed himself.
That is true.
Can we check
That's
if
what
this
happens when
condition
you
is
don't show
magical?
up for D&D night.
Would you say, Faustus?
Can we check if his condition is magical?
Give me an Arcana check.
Can I do that as well?
You can.
Can I too?
Sure.
11.
13.
13.
Neither one of you get a magical sense from this. Faustus, you have done a lot of work in the field for wartime trauma and a lot of doctor work. The closest you've seen to something like this makes you believe that he might be in a coma.
A what?
A coma. It's kind of like
Coma.
a comma, but without an extra M.
Mhm.
Oh, a coma. Got it.
Okay.
I use my special skills after rolling. Even
So
it works.
typically,
because
a
I
patient like
rolled
this,
one
we just
even
want
out of all those
to leave him
rolls.
in a stable place for a while, and
I can't hear false
they
at
wake
all.
up.
You keep
Hey,
rolling, Luna,
Faustus?
and it might the negative effects might happen for you right now.
Faustus,
not
is there any
listening to
way
me.
you can turn your mic up a little bit? I really can't hear you at all.
I'll put it a little bit closer. Is that better?
Little bit.
So bad.
Does anybody have any restorative spells that they could use that might help?
Ooh, I might, hold on.
Turn all the way to the other side.
I can cast Healing Word, but I don't know, that's more,
That's more damage based, not necessarily condition based.
Okay, so I do
I have
have
animal handling.
lesser restoration. would that be enough? Usually it can, like, if somebody's like blind, deaf, paralyzed, that type of thing, a lesser restoration would be able to heal them.
We can also bury him in the
An
sand.
intelligence check, Faustus.
Okay. $13.
You get the feeling that lesser restoration isn't meant for conditions like this.
All right, and in that case, we have two options. Like, one of us like straps them to our back and we carry him with us as luggage, or we just make camp here for a prolonged period of time and hope he wakes up.
Can I throw another option out there?
Please.
Could we perhaps fashion some sort of sled and drag him along behind us? I think it would be a lot easier than wearing him like a backpack.
I don't know. I kind of like the backpack idea.
I mean, if you think that you want to wear him as a backpack, by all means, I'd say go ahead.
I mean,
We're at the
he-
beach, so we could just drag him without the sled.
He is a half orc, right? He should be strong
No,
enough.
he's oh yeah. Hamilton's half orc.
I am not strong. I can't pull anything. It's not gonna work. So I can't help out with that. I say luggage is the best way to go.
Or sled. Me and the dwarf, we could pull him behind us on a sled, or I could see about, wear the man backpack.
And that brings up a good point. What race is Rancent?
Human.
Okay. I don't think that a dwarf could wear him like a backpack. It would be a little too,
I mean, it could.
depending on how
Oversized
you,
backpack.
how you folded him, maybe.
What kind of?
I mean, is that something that Hamilton, that you would want to do, is wear him like a backpack?
I don't know about want, but I'd be willing to.
I feel like
Okay.
that would be nice to use some of the rope that we've got. I think I still have some in my pack. Just like tie his hands and his feet together and like put them over Hamilton's head and like around his waist, and then he'll just kind of hang out there, if that makes sense, instead of trying to fashion together a bunch of logs and make all of that work.
True.
Lifetime.
Path of least resistance.
Think
Well, let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can haul him for a little bit, and then if it gets too bad or it becomes a problem, then we'll come to plan B. Is there any path or anything close to us that we can see that would be a way off this beach? Is there anything that we've come across while we were looking for doors that we can go back to?
So what you actually see past the door where you found Rancent is the beach kind of ends at a very rocky outcrop, and you see that there looks to be on the forest side a very worn trail that kind of leads up into the forest.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's our path.
Agreed.
Let's start heading that way, and hopefully Rancid will wake up. And if he doesn't, then maybe we can find somebody along the way that can help us.
So you'd be able, it's not hard to carry Rancent. He is pretty light. Someone trained in survival, give me
Ooh,
survival.
I think that's
check.
me. I think I have a survival skill. I have to look.
I am if you're not.
I have it. What do you need from us?
Survival check. Make sure you're not getting lost in the woods.
You have it?
Nope, I don't.
18.
I got a
Okay.
17.
You both are very comfortable in the woods, so you're able to find, keep on the path pretty easily. You two can give me a perception check as well.
I have perception.
I don't. Do I have to do it?
If you don't have perception, you can roll and it just.
Yeah, yeah.
Zero it, okay.
I got a 7.
3.
Okay. So you two are you're focused on finding the path. Make sure that it leads to pretty much avoiding any thickets or heavy wooded areas. As you continue on through the forest, you see that while the forest is heavy with plant life, there are all sorts of trees, brushes, flowers, it's a whole lot of plant life. The one thing that seems to be missing are any sounds of any animals or any other sound of life that may be going on. Insects are not buzzing or chirping. It is just oddly quiet, except for the crunching of your feet through the brush. Anybody that would like to can go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm trying to redeem myself.
16 plus 3, 19.
Perception 21.
16.
Okay. You three, as you're walking through the forest, you something on a tree that you just passed by catches your eye. It almost looks like writing.
Let's go check it out. I'll check it out.
As you get to the tree, you see this. It looks like someone has actually carved some words into the tree. And what you see, it reads, "See the bear of enormous size, all the worlds within its eyes."
Huh,
So what'd
big
you find?
bear. Well, gentlemen and ladies, I think we should be a little more careful, keep our eyes peeled, and maybe be a little less crunchy on our feet as we're walking through the forest.
You want us to be stealthy?
Yep.
That's not going to be good.
Doesn't Azair have a group stealth?
I do, if necessary. It's pass without trace.
How far can you travel? How long can you go?
Up to an hour.
Yeah,
As
pass
long
without
To
a
an hour?
trace. Yeah, pass without a trace. It gives everybody a +10 to their stealth check for an hour.
Then I suggest we do that. We haven't heard any birds or any insects or nothing. That seems to be what happened around the snake people. So obviously there's something out here that scared the wildlife off. Let's pass quietly, put our stealth up, and pay close attention, at least for the next hour.
What is it what were the words again?
See the bear of enormous size, all the worlds within its eyes.
Now I'm wondering if that's a real bear or not, though. I know there's nothing around, but world eyes makes it sound magical.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
a
just
dwarf.
thinking that.
Enormous
It
scares
sounds-
me.
It sounds more like knowledge or wisdom.
If it was written by a gnome, it would be even bigger to him, though, or her,
Or they.
or they.
I'm thinking like a cave that looks like a bear that's full of knowledge. but that's just me because I've read a lot
Have
of.
you heard of any kind of like bear guardian?
Hey, can't you turn into a bear?
I can turn into a bear.
Is it you?
What else do you know about bears?
I am the bear.
No giant bears with worlds in their eye sockets?
Anything?
I don't
Is there-
know if I know anything about that. I don't know if I've heard of that before. I just know I turn into a regular brown
Brown bear, what do you see?
everything.
There we go.
Azar, give me a history check.
I was just gonna say, does anybody know anything about lore of a giant bear with world eyes?
I have
Um,
history.
Anyone that's trained in history can go ahead and give me a history check.
I only got a 10.
You have never heard of this before.
12.
You
I
have
only have
never
a
heard of
12
this
too.
before.
Anybody else?
I got a 12.
Haven't heard of any of this.
Cool.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
When we do this stuff, can we all just roll?
It depends. Sometimes I'll say anyone can roll it, but some checks are only if you are trained in it. So things like a history check would be only if you're trained in it.
Okay,
Thank
you.
Anything that is more knowledge based is probably going to be more of a trained thing.
got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Well,
So
our historians failed.
if
So-
you
That's
are
what you get for
going,
studying history, in my opinion.
if you're going to try and sneak through the forest, then I will need a stealth check from everybody.
Okay,
Do we want to stealth now, or do we want to stealth if we like start to hear something, or would that be too late if we start hearing something?
I think that would be too late.
If
Personally.
we hear it, it's hearing us.
Yeah,
Okay, then let's stealth check.
and we get
By the
plus
way-
10.
Are you casting Pass Without a Trace there?
Yes.
Then yes, you all get a plus 10 to your stealth check.
19.
Is that question for
So-
the DM? Is
Yes.
that plus the additional?
Plus your
So it's what you roll plus your modifier plus whatever your skill for stealth is plus 10. So roll stealth, add the modifier.
You got
6.
16
No,
plus 6.
12, 22.
23.
13.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
I have disadvantage.
Gotta love heavy armor.
Do I have
Leave him in the back.
disadvantage?
Yours is red.
Red
You,
D,
what armor are you wearing?
chainmail, I believe.
Mm,
Let me make sure.
Don't know if chainmail poses disadvantage. Let me check.
Yeah, chainmail, heavy armor. It's a heavy armor.
Okay, then yes, heavy armor does pose disadvantage. So yes, you have disadvantage on the check.
You
Okay,
guys
that-
can go
no.
first.
Roll twice and it's a
Roll
lower
twice,
number.
take the lowest. Yep.
Mine is a non-natural 20.
It is 22.
Wow, that's with disadvantage. It's not bad. So you guys are able to make it through as a group. You guys are able to make it through further in the day. Haven't heard any noises. Haven't heard anything. Seen any animals? Nothing like that. The trail keeps winding through the forest, and it is now it's starting to get dark. So it would be up to you if you'd like to set up camp or if you'd like to try and push on.
Is there any outcroppings, any rocks, anything that we can kind of put our backs against and only have one front?
There are a whole lot of trees, and that's
A
about
whole lot of trees.
Well, what two of us can see in the dark pretty well.
Yep.
But I mean, I could take if we want to keep going on. I mean, I kind of have a meat shield backpack that, I could take the rear and not take any damage.
Wow.
I
How
don't know.
chivalrous of you.
Some enemies are pretty skillful. They might be able to stab around the plot armor.
Well, if
I
we
turn
want to
and
make,
run.
if we want to make camp, I mean, we can, the two of us that can see in the dark, we can stay up and kind of protect everybody. We
Yeah,
can-
who can see in the dark?
I can.
I
can.
can.
So
There's
More
four
than
of
two
us.
of us.
I thought it was just,
Four of us.
Because elves can too.
I'm just a half orc.
Half,
It's
half
all right.
elves, whatever, whatever we are.
The humans can. My
Whoever.
bad.
I mean, I can make light, but
No,
We
That
don't
would
that's
draw
our point.
we-
We don't
Yeah, I
want to,
can't
we
do
don't
it.
want to draw stuff to us. All right,
that's
so
fine.
we'll set up 4 rotations, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody
hours
can
each?
sleep. I'll take one alone, because that's, see, 2, 4, 6. So we need 2 people to take watches alone. So I'll take one.
I can do that.
Okay. So then Azair and either Eth or Faustus and
Well,
Luna.
Eth and I have always taken it
Okay.
together. We did the first one the last 3 times. so
Yeah,
we
it
can do
seems
the
to me
first
they
one again.
snuck up on us and ate us. And you guys were doing it. I don't trust you two.
Well, then we won't take the first one.
Snug up and ate what?
We'll take the last
We got
one.
attacked and they didn't see them.
We did. We got you away.
We saw them when
before they
you
ate
saw them. That's
Okay,
fine. We
so-
can take we'll take the last one, Luna.
Okay.
Who's taking first watch?
Why don't we have Azair and Faustus? And then I'll take the next one and
Well, Hamilton has a
Hamilton
partner.
can.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
yeah, you
my-
can,
my
you can,
backpack.
yeah, you can, I suggest if you're keeping watch, you lay Rancid down with the group and not carry him around if we have to fight, just saying.
Strap
You
up
don't
my-
have to carry him all the time,
We got used to the weight and the warmth.
It's extra warm.
unless you're cold. If you're cold, then I guess,
Don't have to deal with the smell if I lay him down. So we'll go that route.
Okay, so who's taking first watch?
Is there?
who is the,
I thought it was
Luna and Eth,
No,
right?
we're last.
Oh,
You
Azair.
said Faustus and
yeah, Faustus and Azair.
Okay,
First
Faustus and Azair, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh,
Faustus with disadvantage because you don't have dark vision.
what kind of check are they?
Perception.
14.
7.
Is there anything you guys want to do for this watch, or do you just skip to the next watch?
Just watch for danger.
Yeah, and I guess kind of check on Rancid, make sure he's still breathing.
Yeah, check his pulse, all that.
You go and inspect
shake him
Ransom.
awake.
He still seems stuck in his sleep, but seems healthy other than that.
Okay.
So the first watch passes without any issues. Who's taking second watch?
That's me.
Okay. You don't. Do you have? I think dwarves have dark vision, don't they?
What? Yeah, I have dark vision and I have perception.
Okay.
So I had a 19.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 16. Sorry.
So as it gets to be around what you would think of as midnight, you hear a weird sound kind of echoing through the trees. You hear a loud beeping that seems
loud
to
what?
just beeping.
Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Like somebody's
Beeping.
backing up.
Shannon.
But you can't really tell where it's coming from. and maybe about 30 seconds after the beeping, you and everyone that is currently asleep can hear this extremely loud, just echo throughout the forest. It wakes everyone up instantly, except for Ransom, who's just still sleeping.
Like a baby.
Well,
The
So
bear
close.
with the eyes.
I think our worldly-eyed bear is here.
Well,
Do we see anything?
You do not. And you hear the loud roar just kind of echo and fade into silence.
So
It's just
can't
one
tell
roar?
where it's coming
Just
from.
one roar.
Do we hear the
And
beeping?
If you are waiting for it, at the moment you do not.
weird.
Well, what are we gonna do? guys?
That's,
There's something out there, obviously. Any ideas, thoughts?
I think it's starry-eyed bear. But it worries me that it might not be a living type thing. I think it
With
might
the
be,
beeping.
I think it might be some kind of mechanical something. Because if it was beeping, maybe something, I don't know.
There might be two somethings out there. There might be
There
the
could be
beeping
two
thing,
somethings.
and then the Rory thing, and
Maybe the Rory thing ate the beeping thing.
there's no more BB, so
That could be the case. God, we are so
What
pathetic. All right.
concerns me is that it's still pitch dark outside. I don't think that it's something necessarily that we need to go and find it,
read.
because two of us are going to be pretty much useless.
Yes, unless you,
Draw attention to yourself by creating light. So.
exactly.
I'm kind of good at
We
doing that.
try climb up a tree.
Yeah,
You do like
can I climb? If I got up a little higher, could I see more, or is the forest too dense?
I mean, you can always try.
I'll climb a tree
Give me an
and
athletics
kind of
check.
search. Huh?
Give me an athletics check.
Don't hurt yourself.
Ha ha! I have that too.
Do you?
+6.
20.
Nat 20. Oh,
Nice.
You're doing
yes.
backflips
so
up the
you're-
tree.
So 26.
You're able to just kind of power your way up the tree that you guys are all kind of sleeping by. You get pretty high up, and all you see is just trees upon trees upon trees. You don't see
No
any
glow of
disturbances.
light.
You don't see any glow of light. Just trees upon trees.
Well, the nice part is with such a dense forest, if it's something that's really big, we're gonna hear it coming because it's gonna be either bumping into trees, knocking down trees. We're gonna hear it. That's the nice.
Exactly.
So
I agree. I think as long as we stay quiet enough, we can finish the night out and then see about finding out what the heck it is.
I'm in. I think it's my shift anyway. So
Nobody.
So, question for the DM. If I
Yes.
took a second shift, what would that do to my long rest since I don't have I'm not missing hit points or any issues?
You would not get the benefits of a long rest, and you would take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, I can't afford that. I need my beauty rest.
well, I'll wake y'all up if I sense anything or anything like that.
Okay, so the
Okay.
rest of y'all go to sleep again. Hamilton, give me a perception check with disadvantage if you do not have dark vision.
I do.
Just Hamilton.
18.
You don't see anything happening. You do hear the beeping, but it is not followed by a roar. The beeping is coming or maybe every half an hour or so.
Is it a constant beep or is it just beep, then out?
There's about 3 beeps and then it disappears.
We tell what direction it's coming from, or?
You're asleep.
Hamilton,
Can I tell vaguely what direction it's coming from?
Not in the slightest.
No.
I
Bouncing off
talk in my
the
sleep
seat.
all the time.
Yeah, she snored and said, Hamilton, which direction was that beeping coming from?
Too afraid to sleep.
Yeah. Well, anything else? I'm just gonna kind of keep an eye out then.
You pass, or your watch passes uneventful apart from the beeps. And that leads us to the last one of Eth and Luna.
oh no.
Both of you can give me perception checks. At this point, Eth does not need to be disadvantaged because the sun is kind of starting to come up a little bit. So it is getting a little lighter.
At 20 for 23.
Two.
Two, I'm not very perceptive.
Luna's still trying to wake up from her sleep.
Talking in your sleep.
You both hear the beeping throughout the night, but no roars follow it. The evening or the morning at this point is uneventful. The sun dawns all the way, very eerily silent. Still no sounds of animal life at all.
I'm gonna go
Can
over and
you-
I'm gonna boot Rancid's foot to see if he wakes up.
Nope.
No. What's up, Luna?
I think, can you try like triangulating a spell or something to try to tell where that beep is coming from?
None of my spells work that way.
Can't see in the dark. Your spells don't work.
I
He can cast fire.
can make lights. I can actually make 4 lights, and I can smush them all together and have a small little person made of light walking next to us. I was told not to by the dwarf.
You know,
The dwarf's kind of bossy.
Dwarf is bossy.
beacon of light, weird bear, just didn't seem,
My spells are more used for, burning things than.
Kind of like his theirs. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
Wow. Appreciate that.
I'm sorry.
Who saved Rancid last time? I mean, granted, Rancid still, but
I mean, if I
Yeah,
remember,
Ranson's
I brought him
still
back
not-
unconscious, so I kind of stayed
True.
Ransom. So.
but I ripped out that snaky cat's throat, so I'm learning. It's cool. Whatever, guys.
You just turned into a bear. You're good.
Could you
I
put
know.
a firefight as a bear, like fire and
You're
bear?
his baby.
I don't think I can be a fire bear.
I would not turn into a phoenix, is there? That's just.
I would be the little unclearly ashes.
Or it end up
Your
being like a
feathers would
pigeon.
just smolder. Hey, I got an idea. You haven't given Rancid
Are you
his,
still sleeping?
we're awake, aren't we?
The day has dawned. So
Beth,
guys
you
are
haven't
all-
given Rancid his little rock yet, or who had that, Faustus?
Yeah, that was camel toe.
Oh, Camel Toe. You need to maybe put the rock thing in what's his name's pocket or backpack or something. 'Cause isn't that supposed to?
Pocket.
I'm kind of afraid to stick my hand in his pocket. I don't know what I'm going to find.
We do
Bees.
not
Maybe,
blame
maybe
you.
just stick it on his forehead or something. I don't know. Let's.
Does he have his card? Did you give him his card? Did we stick it on him to?
Oh, no, I'll give you that and you can put it in his pocket along with the rock. See how this is just turning out so great.
Two sticks,
just prod it into.
like Tom.
I think we should
take his-
draw faces on his face with a Sharpie. Oh, wait. Do we
Sharpie?
think we bring a
What's a
Sharpie?
Sharpie?
You can use the ash from the fire and draw some pictures.
I'll take his card from F along with Stone, and I will boldly go and try to find somewhere to stick it on Ranson where it's gonna stay.
Okay. I mean, you managed to you able to put it in his little bag that he keeps all his coins in. Nothing happens. I added it to his inventory.
Figured he wasn't dead, so that probably wasn't gonna.
Oh, I didn't know. We don't know what's wrong with him. So,
But if he
I thought-
dies while now he has the stone,
I
so
thought maybe
right.
it would activate something since we all have our cards now, like.
True, but the
Minute.
specialness that I felt from them when I touched the doors that unlocked the doors, it kind of went away as soon as I did that. I honestly think right now they're literally just cards,
Probably.
Probably.
Well,
but you never knew.
the way I see it, we can either keep pushing on or we can try to investigate the forest area where we're at, see if we can find the source of the beeping, and possibly find a giant bear with world eyes.
So I'm thinking
So-
it's gonna be hard to track the beeping if we can't figure out which direction it's coming from. But we can always see about looking for bear tracks or something like that to see, like, even if we can't find bear tracks, were there ever any animals in this forest? Like, we haven't heard anything. Do they even, did they just run away? Do they just not hang out here? Like,
And you've never
very
seen this
good
before as a
questions.
druid?
I don't think so.
Okay.
well, could you turn into something small and fast and just kind of explore the general area to see if you can find something? Or would you not feel comfortable with?
I mean, I could go explore for an hour and see what I could find, but I might get eaten along the way depending on what's out there.
Because
Also,
that's
if we
an,
find any regular animals, I can also talk to them.
That's
We haven't seen
amazing.
any.
I don't know. It depends on if it's a bear or a magic bear.
Or
because that
mechanical.
was also another thing that I was thinking of is there might be no animals around because if this thing is enormous,
Must
I
be
don't
really
remember the
hungry.
word. Yeah, it could have eaten everything around it. So
Or
That's
scared
very
it away.
true.
I think we should at least start looking around where we are. And if we just can't find anything, then we start venturing at least in one direction.
So we're looking for like rabbit holes or feathers or,
Anything to give us a
Tufts
clue.
of hair.
Anything that would be making a beeping sound. Does anybody know? I'm from the forest. What makes beeping sounds?
Things that beep.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Happy to help.
Yeah.
Smoke detectors.
Sounds
I don't
good.
know what a smoke
Backing up.
detector is. I don't know
So
what a
anybody
truck
that
is
wants
either.
to look
Sorry.
around the area, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Did you say anyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nat 20.
10
19.
and
18.
14.
apparently I just don't
I
investigate.
wasted 2 20s.
You guys search for probably hour and a half, but can't find any traces of any animals. No homes, no bones, nothing.
Do we want to pick up Ranson and we can just kind of slowly start down the trail and see?
I
keep
think we
our
should
heel?
continue along the trail. Looking for the bear, for what reason? We start trying to find him.
if we find him, then
Right, but if we keep walking, there's a chance we won't find him.
I have a feeling he'll find us. Let's just keep going.
we could just, proceed cautiously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
You could
think,
take up the rear with your meat backpack.
Faustus, what do you think, bud?
At this point, I feel we press on.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, who is heading the pressing on?
Well, since I'm the slowest one, I'll be in front.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Ah, I think I have that too.
You do not.
Ah,
I have it.
you have it. Damn it. Okay. 5.
So after about an hour of walking, you come across a small clearing that has a very familiar campfire in it.
Oh, no.
We walked in a
Oops.
circle.
You walked in a circle.
Seriously?
You did not lead us very well. Did we go off the path or did the path go into a circle?
Yes.
Boros doesn't even know where the path was.
One of us trained in survival needs to lead the way, but if we come up on anything, if it's
I'll be
me-
right behind you. I'll be second.
I can lead the way. I'm trained in survival.
Can
Okay, go ahead and give me
anybody-
a survival check.
18 plus 5.
Okay.
23?
Are you trying to stealth around, or are you just walking through?
I say at this point, we just walk through.
Yeah, it's
What do you think, guys?
Walk or
I
stealth?
think, I think my sandals are quite quiet anyway, so.
sure, let's do it.
Okay. As you guys are walking through the forest, Luna's able to find the path quite easily. And pretty much as with the night before, as you're walking about every 30 minutes or so, you hear another beat. Occasionally you'll hear a roar. Both the beeping and the roar seem to be getting louder, but it's still
Louder?
hard. Yes, louder, but it's still hard to determine where it's coming from.
All right.
So we're heading in the right/wrong direction, but the investigation.
So these roars are louder than what woke us up the night before?
Yes. It's almost getting to the point of being painful.
To the
No,
point of
you
being
like-
what?
Painful.
Painful.
Oh, great.
It's hurting our ears.
The beeping is?
No, the
No,
roars.
the roars.
And how close together are the roars?
30
Roars?
minutes.
30 minutes?
The roars
the
are not
roars-
coming after every beep. The roars are maybe once an hour.
Pretty consistently.
No.
So if it's like thunder,
Let's keep on trucking.
Do we need to protect ourselves? What do we think, guys? We need to wrap extra clothes around our ears or something so that we don't hurt ourselves?
I don't know. Am I muted? No. Okay, good. I don't know if I have extra clothes.
I don't know. I don't know if my clothes are extra or what I'm actually wearing.
Hamilton
Maybe-
takes Rancid's hands and puts them over his ears.
Yeah, I've got my pretty robe that I'm wearing, and that's it.
So can anybody sense anything magical around us that might give us a clue? And can anybody,
I don't think I have a spell for that.
I mean, I can try and see if I can feel any sort of magic around the area? Can I do that?
I mean, you can give me an Arcana check.
Just figured with the roars getting so loud, if it's a magic bear, then it's gonna be putting off some sort of magic.
15.
So as you try and listen and sense really hard, you start to kind of get a philosophical idea in your mind of what is magic. Is the sun dawning every day magic? Is the way the trees
Oh, God.
fill with leaves and they fall to the ground, is that magic? It just seems like a fucking forest to you.
It seems like a fucking forest to me. I mean, it does not feel magical at all.
And awesome.
Okay, well, if
That's actually kind of a relief, you know, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It means that there's no like dangerous magic kind of out there.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
So the roar, does it seem like organic, or does it sound mechanical in any way? Like, being from a city, would I have heard some sort of like machinery that sounds sort of like this?
The only thing that you would have heard that's similar to this would be when you saw a Zare turn into a brown bear and attack the leopard creature.
So it sounds
sounds-
animal, not
It sounds,
machinery.
yep, it sounds animal.
Okay.
So
Come on,
do,
give it
do we
thumbs
want
up.
to have a Zare turn into a bear and roar back at the bear?
No.
I mean, if we want to
Why
find
the
it
hell
quicker-
would we do that?
Maybe the bear is trying to communicate.
they just need a friend.
It's yelling. What if
Swiping
the
on Tim
thing?
Bear.
What if this beeping thing is its friend, and every single time it beeps, he's like, "Shut the hell up," and that's what the roar is.
What if he's saying, "Hey, you guys"?
A Zare,
More scary is what if he's in heat?
a Zare, give me
I'm not
a
trying to
nature
compare
check.
I'm sorry,
A Zare, give me a nature check.
a nature check. 15.
So you have spent a good amount of your life in various animal shapes. You know, you've spent a good a fair amount of time as a bear. Anytime you hear the roar, you kind of can pick up on small inflections in it, and you're able to pick out that it sounds like a mixture of rage, annoyance, and pain.
Oh,
I will pass that along. If we, I think that we need to get closer, but I might also be able to understand the bear completely, DM, potentially with my speak with animals, or do I have to be like right up next to it to understand it? It's 10 minutes, but
I mean, you'd be able to try and see if you can understand what it's saying.
the beep is.
Biggest problem is they're not frequent. They're not happening at the same time every time. So you don't know when the next roar is going to come.
okay, so probably not that yet, guys, but I can not hold it, but I'll keep that in my back pocket just in case.
So maybe whatever
Okay.
that beeping sound is attacking or prodding the bear, and the bear is
Yeah.
trying to, make it stop. I don't know.
I say we keep investigating, because what if we could save the bear and then it's our friend, and then we can
I mean, it has a
have
world of knowledge.
a
so
magic world bear, world eye bear.
could you then transform into the world eye bear?
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of luck that we've had as a group so far.
Yeah. I probably,
Well, but if it does sound like it's in pain, maybe our helping it will make it like us.
if we don't die.
As you are standing in the forest talking about all of this, you hear another beat followed instantly by another deafening roar. This seems to be the loudest that you've ever heard the roar.
Okay.
I think we need to go help it.
Yep, I agree. I think we need to go see what this beeping is. You tech
Well, I
head.
think this is an awful idea, but okay.
Do you have
No,
any?
Faustus? Hamilton, what do you two think?
Let's go into. I'm good with investigation.
If it needs help, it needs help.
If anything, we can stay behind the trees as we come up potentially on it, if it's that dense before us, and we can see about us not being seen first, so we can assess the situation.
Sneak up on a mad, painful bear. That's a good idea. Let's try it.
Are you trying to go stealthy, or are you trying to just walk and see if you can find it?
You want to cast your spell?
Yeah, I mean, I can make us stealthy so that
Well,
It-
since we're
is it-
close, it's probably
it
a good idea.
silences us too, so we should be unless because it's a magic bear, he can see us. Or she. I don't know. Where are they?
Don't know if it's a magic bear.
Well, it's if it's got worlds in its eyes. But that could mean lots of things. Okay, I say we stealth into it. What do you guys think?
Yep, let's do it.
Stealth.
Yeah, I think that's the smartest idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there, are you casting Pass Without a Trace?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So everyone give me a stealth check at disadvantage.
A disadvantage?
That mean,
Whack,
Roll
whack.
dice.
And take the lower.
can I add my 6?
Yeah,
You still add your
Stealth
ability.
already.
Yep. You still add your stealth skill to it.
22,
18.
16.
3, 13 plus
6,
6.
19.
What'd you get at?
16.
That one.
No.
Yeah.
It's the lower one, isn't it?
So did she.
3. Yeah, I got a nat 1. 3, 13.
Okay. So as you are walking through the forest, you are, for the most part, your group is staying pretty silent until Azair just so concerned about whether this bear is in pain and if it can help it. She's not really watching her feet, and she steps on a branch, and you just hear a crack that seems a lot louder than it should.
Oh, man.
And instantly you hear another deafening roar. And Azair, this one to you does not seem pained or annoyed. This is just pure fury. And
Oh, fun.
you see charging out of the trees in front of you this massive 40-foot tall bear just running at you at full speed. Bear's fur is incredibly dirty and mangy. It is, patches of it are falling out and you just see skin. Other areas that you see where the fur is missing, you see gashes in it, and underneath the skin you see metal, you see wires, you see electricity kind of bouncing around, and from these wounds you see a green sickly looking liquid just oozing out of it. On the bear's head you see a metal cap with a small spinning dish on top. You see snot running down the bear's snout. And as it sees you, it just lets out another deafening roar, and you see green spittle and worms flying from its mouth. And we're going to roll initiative.
I think I peed a little.
The zombie magic bear cyborg?
I think
That
I
sounds the best way to, yeah.
my meat backpack peed a little too.
Are we supposed to be rolling something?
Yeah, I see it now. Let's
That's a bear.
save the bear,
God.
she said. Let's go see if we can help it, she said.
We can save the bear.
Are we supposed to be rolling something?
This guy is
Initiative.
also partially dead. So, you know,
You don't
Maybe
think we can heal it?
do it.
How about that?
I probably couldn't talk to it. I'm
Throw
afraid.
Ranson at it. Throw Ranson at it. See if that slows him down.
I'm not gonna change into anything that can try and bite it. I don't want to get infected.
That is a good idea.
What?
Doesn't Ransom like infected meat?
Probably.
He ate the weird egg.
Unfortunately, he's not awake to eat the thing though, so
I can pick his head up and just kind of nom.
Make him work his jaw.
you're gonna puppet Rancid. I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay. 25 to 20.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
roll. I didn't hear it. Oh, nat 20.
For a total of
I don't want to go first.
what's the total roll?
Oh, I don't know. What do I? That's
do
my
we
add
plus
to
to initiative.
Yeah.
Yes.
22.
Okay.
I have 22 as well, then.
Okay. 20 to 15.
18.
I have 4.
15 to 10. 10 to 5.
7.
What'd you get, Hamilton?
You.
2. Nice. Okay. Okay. So I have kind of just put you on the little map. You see the bear charging at you. And like I said, this bear is just massive. Luna, you are up first.
Release the arrows.
I'm not sure my arrows are going to penetrate him if he's metal.
Let's shoot him.
Did you make any of your oils last night?
I did not.
Okay.
Every time I rolled the dice, it's been odd. I'm not going to take the chance.
Okay.
With my oils coming back on us.
Okay.
So, what dice do I roll first?
20-sided.
16.
That hits.
And then I roll the
The damage dice.
d12.
No, your damage is 1d8.
1d8.
1d8 plus 4.
That's not it.
Okay, come. DM said 1d8. Do you have any strength bonuses?
It's a plus 4 for
Plus
you.
2. Huh?
It's for her longbow. It's her dex modifier, not her strength. So
Okay,
it's
so
1d8.
plus 4.
10.
10. Okay. Okay.
I shot it with my arrow with the 10.
Okay. So you see the arrow stick into its hide. It doesn't even seem to notice it. Zoros, you're up next.
Guns of my father.
Okay.
He's 40 feet, right?
He is He's about 50 feet away right now.
Okay, so he's outside of my disadvantage range.
Okay.
Guns of my father. Is that 13 plus? I don't know if I have any pluses.
No, for that one, there are no. You don't
Okay,
have any pluses
13.
for it. A 13 does hit.
Oh, good. And that's 2d8, right?
I believe so.
Seven, 3, 10. And I don't get strength modifiers with that, right?
Correct.
Okay, so 10.
Okay. Okay. So that was Soros, Azair.
Giant.
Hmm?
Give me a giant.
Let me read it.
I'm gonna throw a first level ice knife at it.
Okay.
Yes, you can do that.
So it needs to make a dexterity
But it's
saving
within
throw
5 feet.
Correct.
Or misses.
at 1.
Who?
It was a 7 to hit.
You don't roll the hit. That was just the saving throw.
Oh, it's just a saving throw?
And it rolled. So hit it.
Is it a saving throw? Let me check. Hold on.
Because I
Oh no, you
Sling
do. Yeah, sorry, you do.
You
and
can hit
then hit or miss, it explodes.
Roll a d20 for me.
7.
7. Okay. You go to throw the ice knife, but you're a little surprised at a creature this big that you kind of threw it off course, and it explodes about 10 feet to the left of him. So it does not actually do anything to him.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Hamilton. No, sorry, not Hamilton. You're last. Faustus.
Okay. I'm too afraid to move. So for my action, I'll do Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So that's a dex saving throw.
That would be an 8.
Okay. It's going to take 4 damage. And for my bonus action, I'm going to cast my Spiritual Weapon
Okay. Where do you want to put it?
right next to the bear.
In front of or next to?
Let's go for the face.
It's totally not even what I wanted to do.
it. Well,
I closed the window. Hold on.
and defeated the bear. All right.
Good job. Oh,
Okay, so that is your spiritual weapon.
Okay. So it's gonna try to hit for 24,
That'll hit.
and it's gonna take 6 force damage.
Okay.
Use the folds.
Okay. So now we are up to F.
I am going to close my eyes, obviously, and I am going to start concentrating, and about 40 feet in front of me, I'm going to create a 5-foot flaming sphere, 5 foot in diameter.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to ram it into him.
Okay.
So can he do a dex saving throw for me, please?
That would be a 4.
He takes 8 damage,
Okay.
and I will stay put.
Okay, so come on. So this now rammed into him. Now it is his turn.
You all die.
Instantly. Quit.
And he is going to he's gonna make one claw attack against Faustus. But a 9 does not hit you. He is going to take one claw attack at Luna. A 22 probably hits you. So Luna, you take 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay, a question for the
Yeah.
DM. It says I have a thing against giants that if they attack me within 5 feet of me, would he be considered a giant? Because
He is not.
why'd you do that?
Because you took 7 damage.
I know, but I could have done that and
Just trying to
was
help you.
reading something.
Sorry.
No, he is not considered a giant.
Okay, because it just said a larger creature you could see.
So giants
sure.
giants are their own specific race. So there's like frost giant, hill giant, fire giants. He is considered a construct.
Okay.
And his last attack, he is going to try to bite the dwarf. Does a 17 hit you, Zoros?
Unfortunately, it does.
Okay. You take 14 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
And that is his turn. So we are back up to the top with Luna.
I mean, I could go.
Did Hamilton go?
I guess we should let him go.
I rolled an out 1, so it doesn't surprise me.
So no, he doesn't need to go.
I'm just staring around at everything but the bear. It's fine.
He drops his sword on his toe and takes 2 points of stabbing damage.
Oh.
What you doing, Hamilton?
Oh, good Lord. Well, the bear's point and blank now, so depends if my father would probably not be the best. Guess I will try to stab the bear.
Okay.
Fun as that sounds.
There, move. How far I can move away from him?
16.
16 hits.
I would
Woo!
move off.
Okay, so it's a D8.
Not behind.
I don't know if he's 40 feet long.
Since I hit, I'm gonna go ahead and do a divine smite.
Okay.
Uh, 14 damage.
Okay. And give me a dexterity saving throw.
I knew that was coming. Oh, dude. 19.
Okay. So as you go to stab him and slash him with your sword, you see the wound that you just create just explodes in green acidic pus and worms, but you manage to kind of sidestep out of the way.
All right.
Okay.
FYI, everybody, when you attack it manually, it explodes into goo. Heads up.
Okay.
Good to know.
Now we're back up to the top with Luna.
Hey, I need to move.
Okay. So you are this one right here.
Uh-huh.
Where would you like to
So
move?
is it, I can move up to 30 feet? Is that it?
That is your speed, yes. Unless you want to take an action to dash, at which point you can double your speed. But that would be all you'd be able to do, is just you wouldn't be able to attack.
Okay, but he's 40 feet long, right?
Correct.
So move that way. Wait for, then you can still have range
Where
I
am
find
I?
a tree.
right there. Green circle.
Oh,
So move over by those rocks or whatever that is.
yeah, I can move 30 feet over between the trees by the rock, however far that is.
Okay. Before you leave, he's going to get an attack of opportunity on you. Because you are leaving his melee range. But I'm guessing a 11 does not hit you.
No.
So
No.
you are nimbly able to dodge and come out over here.
Nimbly bimbly.
Okay. And then I want to shoot him. I should be far enough away now.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
So as you go, you knock the arrow and you release it. And your aim was true, but a little too close. It actually hits the metal plate on his head and just kind of veers off with a loud ting. Okay, Zoros,
Okay.
we are up to you.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to frenzy. Or
Are you going rage or are you going frenzied rage?
I'm sorry, rage.
Okay.
Mean. Gotta get angry.
Yeah, you won't like me when I'm angry. All right. So I attack with rage. What's that?
19.
19
That'll hit.
and D12 plus what? 4? I'm sorry.
So it'd be D12 plus 6.
D12 plus 6.
Nine.
5, 11. And then I get a second attack, right?
No, only if you're frenzy raging. And that would be on your next turn. You would get another attack.
Okay, then I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So you have a rage, which gives you the damage resistance, and then it also gives you a +2 to your damage. The frenzied rage is what gives you an extra attack,
Okay.
and that's the one that has the level of exhaustion when it wears off.
And that as long as I'm attacking or being attacked, it continues, right?
Your normal rage does too. As long as you're attacking or being attacked, your normal rage will continue.
But the frenzy gives me an extra attack.
Yes, on your next turn. So the frenzied rage, basically the extra attack, takes effect on your next turn, not the current turn.
Okay, but there's no penalty for defense on that. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Frenzy rage.
Well, the exhaustion happens. It would happen no matter what. Basically, with frenzied rage, you are just working yourself up even more. That once it's done, you are just physically exhausted.
Already got 1 meat backpack. I don't know if I could do 2.
All right. That's fine. I'll just do my regular rage.
Okay.
I don't understand it. But
Okay, Zoros, give me a dexterity saving throw.
19.
Okay. You manage to dodge out of the way of the pus and worms that come spewing at you.
that's so gross.
I know, right? Okay, so we are up to Azair.
Maybe Azara should turn into a bear and try to sweet talk him. Flirt a little bit.
I could try and talk and see what's going on with all the mechanical stuff, but I'm afraid it's just going to attack me. But I could try and talk to it and see what's going on.
I mean, we've
I think
already
that helmet thing's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We might have to just investigate after it's dead.
taken chunks out of it. It might not be too happy just, talking.
Maybe we can knock the helmet thing off its head. Maybe we're doing the wrong way trying to get him.
Where am I straight in front of it or am I the one off to the side?
You are right here.
Okay. I'm going to. Would a 5-foot reach put me in range of the helmet?
You are currently about 5 feet from his head right now. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to aim for his helmet, see if I can at least like either knock it off, disable it, knock the dish off, like just hit the helmet thing with my scimitar.
Okay.
So 22.
That does hit.
Be 7 damage.
Okay. You go and slash at it, and you hear a loud ringing of metal on metal. It doesn't seem to have quite the effect that you'd want. It doesn't seem to be that phased by it. Almost as if the attack didn't do as much as you would hoped it would. But no pus or worms comes flying at you.
I'm wondering if we need fire ice to melt or shatter it as an aside to people.
Okay.
To the head.
Faustus, we are up to you.
All right, I can use my bonus action first, right?
Yeah.
All right, so with my bonus action, I'll move my spiritual weapon.
What's the speed of it?
Um,
I think you can
believe
move up
it's
to
like
60,
60
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want it on the rear, on the side?
On the rear, I'm gonna try to hit it in the behind, in the buttocks.
Okay.
See if it'll spin around to attack something behind it. So that would be a nat 1.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay. Seeing as how that did not work, I'm gonna use my action to throw a guiding bolt
Okay.
to its face. And that's gonna be 16 to hit,
That'll hit.
and that's gonna be 13 radiant damage.
Okay. You see You see Faustus's magical energy leave his hands and strikes the target, and the bear starts kind of giving off this glow to it. So the next attack against it has advantage,
Nice.
which brings us to F.
So I'm gonna throw Scorching Ray at it.
Okay.
Would it just be that first ray that it has advantage?
Yes.
Anything electrical, F?
No.
But your fire tornado.
I don't have a fire tornado either. So it was a 23 to hit was the first one.
That'll hit.
Nat 1 for the second one.
That'll miss.
And a 24 to hit for the third one.
That'll hit.
So he takes 10 damage from that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to move my flaming sphere and ram him with it.
How far can it move?
It can only move 30 feet.
You're still actually able to hit it.
So that's another dex save from him.
That is a 6.
That fails, so he takes another 8 damage.
Okay.
Flaming spear, fire tornado, whatever.
You see the bear's fur is kind of looking a little singed. Well, Luna sees the bear's fur is looking a little singed on the back end.
Hey, it's looking
Um,
like he's burning.
His ass is on fire.
Okay, so his turn. He's going to make a claw attack against Eth. 17 to hit
That hits.
for 7 slashing damage.
Ow.
And he's going to look at Zoros, and you see kind of it's one of those weird instances where you lock eyes with a creature and you could just sense kind of what it's thinking, and it's just matching rage with rage. So
Oh, great.
first claw against Zoros is going to miss. Bite attack against Zoros is a 17.
Yep.
And you take another 10 points of piercing damage from the bite.
So it did 20 points of damage?
No, it just did 10 points.
I thought I had resistance to bludgeoning.
Oh,
and
true. You do have
piercing.
5 points of 5 points of piercing damage.
Good call.
And Zoros, as you are locking eyes with this creature of just pure rage, you start to kind of feel you're starting to like match its level of rage, and it's kind of working you up, you're working it up, and you start to feel really pissed off. And you have a new feat that I just added to your character sheet.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that is its turn. We are up to Hamilton. I didn't forget you this time.
It's under features and traits.
Yes, under features and traits, and then under feats.
Okay.
It is titled Zoros' Last Stand.
I don't have it yet.
It might take a minute to load. See if you can click on Manage Feats and see if you can search for it. Should be at the very bottom of the list.
Feats, you have no feet. Oh, no, I don't have anything.
Do you have anything that says Manage Feats?
Oh,
Okay.
although I'm not on the website. Should I go
Yeah,
to the
that could
website?
You can if you want to. If not, you can just check it later. It should eventually load into it. It's not something that's like needed at the moment, but just a cool new ability that you have. Hamilton, what you doing?
I am going to take another swing with my longsword.
Okay.
And it is a 14.
That will hit.
Right. I'm going to smite it again. For 19 damage.
Nice.
And I will do my dex saving throw.
Yep.
1.
Okay. This time you are unfortunately not able to jump out of the way in time, and you take 5 points of acid damage as the pus and worms just cover you.
Can we even get close to killing here?
Okay, I got it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I know the bear's been looking pretty ratty when he attacked us, but is he looking even rattier or is he still looking?
He is looking extremely ratty.
Okay.
Good dude.
Okay. Luna, we are up to you.
All right, I'm just gonna shoot him with my bow and arrow.
Aim for the fire butt.
12.
12 unfortunately does not hit.
Not even in the fire butt.
Not even in the fire butt.
Are you sure? Do you have any bonuses?
Bonus for what would the bonus
Go
be?
here. Here's his dex, right?
Yes, hers is dex.
So, um,
So you rolled a 12, Luna?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, you have a +8 to your attack with your longbow.
So you got a 20. So you hit.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay.
In the fire butt.
Yeah.
I do the D8. Okay.
Yep. D8.
8.
Ooh, Luna.
You rolled an 8, or is that what the plus?
I rolled an 8.
Okay, so it's 12 total. Okay. Zoros, we are up to you.
Okay. And I am angry.
Pissed off.
Is that 13 or 16?
16.
16.
That'll hit.
And so because I'm raging, I get +2 plus my plus.
+2 plus your
Four.
strength. Yep.
Okay. Oh, where's my D12? There. Six plus 6 is 12.
So as Zoros brings about justice, he wails his hammer down onto the bear's head with a roar of just pure fury, and you see sparks kind of start as the metal on the metal skull cap of the bear, as lightning arcs off of it and kind of ripples through the bear's body, and the bear falls over limp. Everybody within 5 feet of it needs to give me a dexterity saving throw. So that would be, yep, everybody except for Luna, basically.
18.
4.
15.
9.
Have any
And
dexterity?
1.
And what'd you-
19.
19. Okay. So
Hmm.
Hamilton and
Sorry, 17. I don't know if that matters.
That's fine. Hamilton and F, you both take 3 acid damage as pus and worms come flying out of the bear as it
Oh.
falls and sprays you. And with that, the bear stops moving. You hear one last kind of loud, high-pitched beeping that just kind of trails off.
All right.
Yay.
Get a good look at its eyes.
Well, that was gross.
As you go and look at its eyes, Azair, you stare into them, and they look like normal bear eyes, but there's a pain that was in them before it died, and there was a madness that you saw. And as you're just entranced looking into the bear's eyes, you actually feel a warm breeze that comes through the forest and envelops you. You feel the gentle caress of the spirit of the forest, and you look up and you actually see a transparent kind of shadowy image of the bear in its heyday, with all of its fur, all of its all the electrical mechanisms on it are gone, and it is just this gigantic bear, and it stares at you, and it kind of bows its head to you, and it turns and walks away. And as it does, you see this gigantic bear just shrink down into a little bear cub, and like it's still a spectral image of this little bear cub. And as you do, you feel the warm breeze kind of circle and then just leave through the forest. And you actually have a new feat on your character sheet as well.
I will maybe not go into crazy detail, but I'll mention to the group that I know we saved the bear and maybe explain a little bit, but the bear is free now, and see if anybody want to check out the electronic stuff, because I don't know any of that.
Zombie bear.
I'm kind of curious how Branson's doing. Is he still unconscious?
He is still unconscious.
He missed the fight. He's gonna be really bummed.
I know.
Yeah.
He would
I'd
have been
definitely
back
like to
there
check out the
stabbing the
bear.
fire butt.
As you guys are all kind of taking a breather from this massive fight and kind of taking in the awe of this creature, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh crap.
9.
8.
14.
16.
6.
18.
Okay, so Eth, Luna, and Faustus. As you're kind of standing there, you feel a slight rumbling on the ground, almost as if there was a very faint earthquake that happened, and you feel that it kind of started pretty much once the bear died. And as you're kind of looking around, there's a couple things that you notice. First, as you're kind of looking around, you see you look up and you kind of take note of your surroundings, and you see that while you don't, well, at least while F and Faustus, you might not be very versed in the forest. Luna, you definitely notice this. The moss on the trees is not growing like it should. It's actually growing on the west side of the trees, which is very, very unusual. Faustus and Eth, what you mainly notice is kind of like looking up and looking around. You see a very faint movement in the clouds, all kind of pointing in a westerly direction, as if they're traveling in like their own little lane in the sky. And then you also notice that on the skull cap of the bear, there is actually there's actually writing on it.
I'll get close.
Okay. As you go up, you see that this writing has actually kind of been like imprinted into the metal, and it says "Design for Guardian, serial number AA24123 CX 755431297 L14, type/species bear, Shardic. NR subnuclear cells must not be replaced. NR."
Okay. From my time in the city or the military, is there anything in that code that I might recognize as some sort of like weapon code or anything like that?
Give me a history check.
Non-natural 20.
You don't know much about it, but you remember hearing stories kind of passed down through the military of a group that was experimenting on animals. You don't really know much about it because pretty much it was all kind of deemed as rumors, but just something about the design and the stamp on the skull cap kind of leads you to just kind of ping something in your mind.
Okay.
Can we remove the skull cap? Is it huge? Is it small? Is it something that we can?
It's pretty big because it kind of covers the top of the bear's head. And as you try, you actually see that it has been bolted into the skull of the bear.
Okay.
I think we should probably write down all that information just in case we need it later.
I don't think we're really gonna need the serial number for the bear, but we should probably keep in mind that this feels like there's a serialization for a reason. So we might see another one of these down the road.
Hooray.
So there might be another weird robot zombie animal somewhere.
Yes, because there's something weird going on here. The ground is rumbling. The trees have moss growing on the wrong side. They shouldn't be growing on the west side. There's something about this area that's not right.
And I have a feeling it's to the west.
Well, I think we have a heading then.
Go west, young man.
Okay.
What time is it?
It is probably around noon.
Oh, we got some daylight left.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on the bear salvageable? Anything that would be useful at all?
There is not. You see the fur is just incredibly mangy, covered in like patches covered in the green acidic pus. You can see it kind of starting to eat away at the bear. There's really nothing salvageable from it.
Okay. Then let's gather up our stuff and I know I took a beating. Anybody want to throw me a
I can lay
spell
on
or something?
I can lay on hands and I can heal you up a little bit if you'd like.
Yeah, that
How
would be
much are you
nice.
Out of-
I can
I only
do.
got 7 hit points left.
Oh, well, Luna's in pretty bad shape. She's worse
What?
shape than I am.
I can take care of one of you, Faustus. Can you? You have capability of healing the other.
You're muted, Faustus.
Yeah. Yeah, I can take care of the other one. I can
Okay.
do
I can do up to 20 points. So it's
I can cast a spell, but I don't know if you guys trust me to.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
with-
fire. So
If it's not fire, as long as you're not cauterizing anything, I'm okay with it.
I don't need 20 points. Zoros needs 20 points. I only have 20 hit points total. And I'm down to 13.
well, I can take care of Zoros then. If Faustus, you want to take care of Luna, and we'll
yeah.
handle it that way.
I'll save mine in case we have a battle.
That'll work. All right. Zoros, I'll heal you for 20 points.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you can take
Did you
whatever
level
you
yourself?
need.
You should have more
Does
hit
anybody else
points than
need healing?
Do what?
I mean, I'm down 10 hit points. I've
I
got
can cover that too.
17. Okay.
So I
I'm
took a
level
little
4.
damage, but nothing. I'm not in too bad a shape.
Did you roll?
Thank you.
And mine automatically. So I don't. Maybe you just don't have.
So following the moss and the clouds, you spend pretty much the rest of the day walking through the forest, and after about 4 hours or so, you see the trees starting to thin out, and you see a road has kind of picked up. Anyone that would like to give me a perception check?
In typical Zoros fashion, I was very unperceptive.
22.
19.
22.
16.
13.
Okay. So everyone except for Zoros and Luna, as you're kind of walking along the road on the trees and the kind of forest on either side, you notice these this group of creatures that look a little weird. They look kind of like a mix between a dog and a badger. You can see its longer nose kind of protruding further than most snouts on a normal dog would. These are very like thin, lithe creatures. And they're just kind of watching you. And in the reflection of the sunlight, you can actually notice like a gold ring around the eyes of these creatures. Anyone that is trained in nature can give me a nature check.
I'm actually not.
I'm not trained in religion, so.
Wow, nobody's trained in nature. Okay, then. These creatures just kind of watch you for a minute or so, and then kind of turn as a group and head deeper into the forest. The last one kind of turns back and looks at you, and you see its mouth kind of open as if it were about to bark like a normal dog would, but you just kind of hear a very high-pitched "Oi!" and it turns away and follows the rest of its group.
Australian Shepherd.
Uh,
Sorry.
So as you exit out of the forest and you're following the road for a couple hours, you actually come across a small village. You start to see some kind of houses and buildings constructed. You don't see anybody in the village. It is still very quiet. Once you left the forest, you do start to hear more of the insect sound. You hear life in the world again. But you do notice a single signpost that is in the middle of kind of this little town square.
I want to see what it says. Unless are we walking up towards it, or are we still
The
back?
path, the road that you're on, and the direction of the clouds pretty much leads into and out of this the little village.
What do you guys think? I want to at least see what it says.
fair enough.
I'll go with you.
I'm in.
Okay. As you walk into the little village, you get up to the signpost, and it is very worn, very faded, but you're able to make out one word on it, and it says Lud, and it has an arrow pointing out of the city along the path that you were following.
Hey, Eth, what do you think?
While you are looking at the sign, go ahead and give me perception checks.
14.
2.
7.
18.
5.
9.
So while everyone else is trying to figure out what the sign could be and what it says, first and foremost, Faustus, that word and that name is very familiar to you. But as there, you actually kind of looking around at the buildings, and while it looks kind of empty, the buildings look boarded up, you can actually see people peering out of the cracks in the boarded up windows, kind of just watching you.
There are people in the buildings.
If we keep moving,
Look like people
They look like
or
humanoids.
monsters.
I wave.
As Zoros turns to wave, you see the door of one of the buildings open up, and this this really old woman kind of walks out cautiously, and says, "Hail."
Hail. What town is this?
This is the town of Rivers Crossing.
Rivers Crossing.
Why are you all hiding?
It's been dangerous lately. The people in Lud have become a lot more aggressive as of late, and we didn't know if you were part of them or not. But she kind of stares at you, and you can tell while she's old, her mind is still extremely sharp. And she kind of looks you all up and down, and she kind of gives a little motion with her hand, and you see kind of the other doors open up on the buildings, and you see people coming out of the buildings. And as you're looking around, the first thing that you notice is the average age of the people of this town is around 60 or 70. There are no kids in sight, no middle-aged people. They all look to be pretty old, with one that is, she's looking like she should have been dead years ago.
She must be almost 70 then. What? Hey, we ran across some dog-like things out there. What are those?
Oh, the Billy Bumblers. It's very rare to see them. They're usually viewed as a sign of good luck. They
Nice.
rarely will ever come up to people, but they're good creatures. They're very intelligent.
Nice.
saw a couple of them. Wait.
She kind of looks at. Oh, actually said something to you.
Yeah.
Many of them have lost the ability to speak, but they used to actually be able to talk.
This one just made a squeak.
Oi.
Oi.
Interesting.
Do you have any idea what that means?
I mean, oi could mean a lot of things. It could be trying to say hi. It could be calling you boy. It could be really anything. She kind of like looks a little ashamed. She's like, "Oh, I'm very sorry. Where are my manners? My name is Greta. I am the, I guess you can call me the mayor. I'm the head of the village."
Well, hello, Greta. I'm Luna.
I'm Zoros.
Welcome. We don't have much, but if you'd like to stay the night, you're more than welcome to stay here. set up like a little camp and tent area, and we'll have a big feast for y'all. It's the least we can do.
What you said, so it's about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock at night?
At this
Or
point, it's
getting
probably
close?
getting up to more like 8 or 9.
Okay. Well,
While
I think,
while we've got the attention of everybody, we've got a man who's been unconscious for a while. Is there any sort of healers or anything in the village that might be able to help us out with?
She kind of calls over to you see the really really old one come over and inspect Ranson and look, and she just kind of looks up at you and just shrugs.
Worth a shot.
you have no idea what's wrong with him, huh?
Unfortunately not.
I think we should stay and hang out and find out more about why Lud is so dangerous if it's the next stop on our travels.
As soon as you mention Lud, she spits on the ground and kind of does like the sign of the evil eye towards you. She says that the place is an evil place. The beating of the devil's drums go off every night and can be heard from miles around. She warns that if you value your life, I would not venture near Lud.
So this whole time, Faustus has just been staring at the word at Lud in the sign. But hearing somebody just say that, if you value your life, you should just stay away. I'll approach the woman and very politely ask how many days travel is it?
Lud is only a day's travel away.
Have you heard anything of the doctors?
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. No. I thought they all died out.
They all did. So I'll pull my helmet mask from my pack and show it.
When you do that, you hear like an audible gasp from the entire village, and she kind of looks at you extremely, reverently, and just kind of falls to her knees and just very in awe that you have a mask of the Death Doctors.
Listen, we don't need to be worshipped here. We're not gods. We're men. We're soldiers. We serve the people. We'll do what we can for the village before we head out, but we can't stay very long.
I completely understand. At least let us feed you and give you some space that you can set up camp, because it's the least our hospitality can do.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So she kind of snaps and everyone kind of shuffles off, and she kind of shows you where you guys can set up camp. And about an hour later, this grand feast is laid out, mostly vegetables. She explains that they have their own gardens that they feed. They don't see many animals around here, but vegetables they have aplenty. And you guys are able to bed down for the night and take a long rest. And the morning comes gray and a little drizzly. And everyone except for Faustus, give me a perception check.
12,
7.
11.
18.
10.
So as you guys are getting out of your tents in the morning and kind of stretching and waking up from the day, you notice that Faustus has not come out from his tent yet.
Is not what?
Has not come out from his tent yet.
Hey, buddy. You walk over to his tent and check on Faustus.
As you go to pull the flap to look into the tent, you notice Faustus is not there.
Did we hear his conversation with the lady yesterday?
What was that?
Did we hear his conversation with the lady yesterday? Was it loud enough?
Yeah, you said we're standing in the middle of the little square and talking. But yeah, Faustus is nowhere to be seen. And that is where we will pick it up in 2 weeks. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. And make sure to leave us comments. If you want to subscribe to my Twitch or my YouTube, go ahead. I am Dogyag the DM on YouTube. I will put up today's show tomorrow. And thank you all for tuning in.